I never had someone to say, hey, let me lift you up. So I was like, damn, the only people I had there was my parents. And that's what really made me realize that when I was in position, I'm gonna make sure when I look out for the Edgar, I'm gonna give him that chance. I really just wanna help people because I know what it was to be them at some point. My name is Edgar Esteves. I'm a director and founder of Blank Square Productions and Shadow. I was born in Valencia, Venezuela. I came to America when I was a year old. The reason why we came is because when I was 11 months old, I got hit in the head by this metal mattress crawling underneath the bed to get a ball. My parents didn't really know what was happening with me. Once they did scans on my head, they realized that I was having internal bleeding. That operation ended up leaving me in a coma, and there was no way for my parents to pay for it, so my dad had to sell all his houses, and that's the reason why we came to America. And then I was basically from 1 year old to 28 years old. I was undocumented in America, and then I was raised my whole life in Fort Lauderdale and Miami, Florida. Yeah, undocumented, man. It was like, when I look back now, it's a blessing, but when you're going through it, it feels like you're living in the shadows. You just don't feel seen. You feel rejected. You feel like you don't have a home. I saw a lot of Latinos growing up and a lot of Haitians, Jamaicans, a little bit of everything, but it just really came down to the point where you realize you're not the same as everybody. You know, 15 years old, everyone go get their permits. I'm taking the city bus still. 16 years old, they get their license. I got my license at 26 years old. You start realizing all these things start happening to you and you're like, okay, my life isn't the same. So when I graduated when I was 17 out of high school, that's when I really sunk in for me. Like, oh, I can't go to college. Oh man, I wanted to be an architect. I applied for Virginia Tech. Academically, I was fine. I had scholarships, but I had to kind of reverse my life plan. So as I got into hip hop, I started researching things. So I entered at 5 companies. I didn't know what I wanted to do with life because the architecture dreams are now out the window. I decided that I was gonna go into music and entertainment. And then that's kind of when I realized that the one thing everyone's missing out of all these 5 internships was visual content. And YouTube just started blowing up. Hit Factory, Birdman, and Lil Wayne, and the emergence of Drake and Nicki were there. And that's when I started doing little videos for those artists. They introduced me to DJ Khaled, who put me on Ace Hood. And there was a big connect into the music world. But the one thing about, celebrities in the beginning is like, they're not gonna pay you a lot. And it's an opportunity. So that's how I looked at it. And being undocumented, I knew I didn't have any other chances. So whether it was the music studio or Po' Boy Music Group or anywhere else, I was like, let me make an opportunity out of this. And yeah, I would just hustle. Once I started doing the videos and my dad started seeing I had a talent and people were paying me for it, he said, yo, you need to file taxes. Because one day you're gonna get your citizenship and you wanna make sure you have your taxes filed so it looks good on your resume and everything like that. So I decided to basically open up a company. The night before, I actually had a dream of Samuel L. Jackson walking around my office over Grand Central Park in New York. And he was like, oh, what's that big blank square? I was like, oh, that's where people they sign their signatures and they put their Polaroids up when they come visit me at my office. That day I was like, all right, what do I call it? And he's like, do you have any names? And I was like, no, I don't. And he's like, just name something. And I'm like, Blank Square. He's like, what do you do? Productions. And then it became Blank Square Productions. Yeah, well, Shadow was just like, I'm a young kid in Miami just trying to find my door. And then it's like, you knock on the door and you ask people for opportunities and, people are like, yeah, they sell you a dream. Like, oh yeah, we got you. And it's like, they really want to see you succeed before they actually help you. I didn't really want to be that way when I got on. So I remember being in front of a producer in Boca Raton, Florida, and he's like, yeah, we produced a music video for Colin Tilley. And he turns his laptop around and he shows me the treatment. And I'm like, wow, that's so dope. And I didn't even know how to write treatments at this point. I was writing them on Microsoft Word. I had no education. So I was like, yo, can I have the treatment? And he's like, I can't give it to you though. I'm like, but it's like, right, you just showed it to me. Like, can I just have it? He went to the bathroom, I took my thumb drive that I had in my pocket and I took that. But that treatment really changed my whole life. At the point I was 21, 22 years old. I'm like, why am I not getting awarded for videos? I didn't even know how to write a treatment. Fast forward 12 years later, it was like, it just makes you understand that for all those people out there, I wanted to open up a platform where people can access my treatments and they can see a commercial that I've done or the film that I'm working on. And I want to show people what it looks like in my process, not to teach them, but for them to learn from me. The way I got the call for the Princess Diana video for Ice Spice was I basically told her 2 years before she was even famous, I think back in 2021 or 2022, I love what you're doing. Keep it up. Whatever budget you have, I'm down to build with you. I'm not doing it for the money. I think you're gonna be a megastar and I wanna be attached to your legacy. Flash forward a few years later, she ends up becoming this global superstar. Every time she dropped a video, I would just follow up and follow through. I'm here still, whatever you need, whatever budget, let me know. At that point, she called me, she's like, okay, I have this song called Princess Diana. I'm like, perfect. I wrote a treatment. Oh, no, it was it's too big. I was like, cool, I wanna make it more street. So then I wrote a second treatment. It was more street and more what she wanted. And then I basically engulfed that. She's like, okay, cool, this is great. Then I didn't hear a call. A few months went by, It's my dad's 70th birthday, and then I get a call from James Roseman, that's her manager. Hey man, remember Princess Diana? Yeah, Nikki just hopped on the record. And I was like, oh, okay, that's dope. Let me know if you need a treatment. Yeah, we need a treatment today. I was like, what? Like, yeah, you gotta submit it today. If not, we gotta go with someone else. We gotta shoot this ASAP. I'm like, damn, Dad, man, I'm sorry, but like, question, if I miss out on your birthday, it was like 8 in the morning when I got the call. And then they're like, look, we're gonna go out, maybe you can make it for dinner. I was like, okay, cool, I'll try. So then they leave, I'm in my house by myself. What am I gonna do for this video? I got all this pressure. I just remember the day was like yesterday. I sat there for 4 hours, couldn't think of nothing. And then I have other directors hitting me up and asking me, yo, you heard about this Ice Nikki thing? We're writing on it too. Even though Ice hit me with her team directly, the label's going out, finding their different options and alternatives just in case I don't show up. So now I got this real pressure on me. How am I gonna make this happen? I'm like, man, you know, Edgar, you need to chill. You're overthinking it. And I turn on 2001 Space Odyssey. And I just put it in the background, some Stanley Kubrick just to get inspired. And I was like, all right, I'm working on the concept. I had a whole nother idea. I look over and I'm like, damn, that one scene is pretty cool. What if I just make this pink? And that's basically what the concept is, a 2001 Space Odyssey remake of a particular scene mixed with like a Peter Greenaway film. You guys gotta check it out. I think it's called Two Notch or something like that. And it was an all pink room. And I'm like, what if I make this 2001 Space Odyssey pink? I put the idea together. I'm like, if I don't submit nothing, I'm definitely not getting the video. And I'm trying to make the dinner plans with my family. And I sent it to Ice directly with her manager. And then they said, we love it. Then they said, Nikki loves it. Then the label's like, it's yours. I was able to make it a dinner with my dad and my sister and my mom, and we had a great dinner. That just is another testament of why you can't give up. And the one thing in common with all successful people is that they don't give up. You rather submit something than not submit it. In the moment, it was hard. Now it's like, man, I wouldn't have won it any other way. After approval of the treatment, I feel like the video honestly probably took like 5 days. But that's a beautiful thing about having a team like I have one. I have my best friends who are producing for me. So they don't just treat my jobs like my jobs, they treat it like their jobs, like their life depends on it. For anyone who's like watching this right now, and if you want some advice, whether you're undocumented or you're not, you're just going through problems and your pain is your pain and how you feel about that is valid. But for me, it's not to victimize yourself. You get me? Not to put these stigmas that they put on you. You know, a lot of people, they look at illegal aliens and they call them criminals. I'm no criminal, I'm a CEO. I'm an entrepreneur. I've employed a lot of people, thousands of people every year. Don't forget about the people who are just like you, just trying to get on. It's tough and it's a balance, but if you make the effort and you don't victimize yourself, I promise, like, you're gonna do more good and then it's gonna all come back full circle.